Now, the only reason that you have something in front of you to see is because I know people need visuals, and most of the high number of subs and likes and comments and all that are channels where people know how to do a great deal with the visual. So you're looking at an episode from an old television show called McHale's Navy, and I believe this particular episode here was broadcast in 1964-65. I have it in front of you just so you have something to look at while I tell you about some encounters that I've had in life. I was never in the military. However, because of my position in life, I was around many people who indeed served during World War II. And because of my age, I was able to hear their stories. Now, the stories come from the individual that I heard and then are coming to you. So as I am recording this in the month of October, the year 2025, my age is 70. So I want to tell you about an individual that I met several years ago who served on a naval destroyer in the Second World War. He was either a radar operator or sonar, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember exactly, but he was highly trained in electronics. Now, the story that he tells me is not about finding some submarine, U-boat, or airplane wanting to bomb the destroyer. The story that he told me was about when they were having exercises and training, and they were shooting off the main guns. One of the shells was ejected improperly and hit one of the sailors. The sailor got injured and was sent to the hospital to recover from the accident of just shooting shells off into the distance for practice. He told me that the man's local hometown wrote a story in the newspaper proclaiming that the man was injured in a war battle and did some heroic things. Of course, this man that I was talking to was, you could see his anger kind of increased as he told the story to me, because the man was just simply injured from an accident in training. And yet, it was written up in the local newspaper that he was in a battle and some type of a hero or something or other. Now, in McHale's Navy, there is an episode where Parker, Ensign Parker, becomes a big hero. He sinks the Yakamura, and I did 2 videos on that, the sinking of the Yakamura. And the Yakamura was not an actual battleship in World War II, but it was a pretend battleship in McHale's Navy and also in Parker's novel that he was writing. The point of what I'm trying to share with you is this. This man that I knew told me of a man who was simply injured in training exercises, and it was written up in the hometown newspaper that he had been injured in war in a battle. And it was all false. Anyhow, I'm trying to reiterate some of these stories. I believe I have a whole series called Raw Encounters, and I spelled it R-A-W. But really I was talking about the war and people that I met who told me different things about the so-called war. So I'll try to share with you some more personal encounters that I had with individuals who told me some things about the Second World War. Thank you for watching. End of video.